Fantastic Danger asked me, what is proper artist alley etiquette? I'm assuming you mean from like the con-goer side. Just in case you meant the artist side, I'm going to do a video tomorrow about working as an artist in the artist alley. But for now, I'll talk about how to be respectful when you're going to a con and hanging out in the artist alley. So for the most part, people are really great at conventions. I have very few bad experiences with con goers. For the most part, people are really sweet, they're really passionate. It's really fun to just talk with like con goers about like, you know, comics and fandom and all that good stuff. But there are a few bad experiences I've had, but I will go over, if you are going to a con, some things to keep in mind when you're hanging out in the artist alley. So number 1, don't hijack an artist's time if you're not going to buy anything. I feel like this sounds super like cold and rude, but an artist is there to sell their work. For a lot of artists, this con making enough money back means paying their rent. So like if you're standing in front of their booth talking to them and people are going by and it's been like 45 minutes of you talking to them and no one has bought anything, like that's so much money that this artist could be missing out on. So a good rule of thumb, if you do want to stop and talk to the artist behind the table, if the artist starts looking uncomfortable, it might be time to move on. You can always come back and talk to them again. If you see a customer scoping and browsing, maybe step off to the side and continue talking to the artist and let the person who's come up ask questions. You can always continue the conversation as long as you're letting the artist also sell. And if the artist seems really into talking to you and they're really excited, that's a good sign that they're still cool just talking to you. So along the same lines, number 2, try not to block displays. So like if you're talking to your friends in the artist alley, don't stand right in front of someone's table and ignore the artist. Like, don't get me wrong, people are going to stop to, like, look around or stop to take a photo or something, and that's totally fine. But when it gets, like, 10 minutes of someone standing in front of your booth, ignoring you, blocking the way so other people can't look at your work, it can be really frustrating. So if you do need to stop for whatever reason, try to move out of the alley, because you're stopping other people from seeing artists that maybe they want to see, and you're stopping the artist from selling. Number 4, don't mess with displays. Don't get me wrong, accidents happen. That's no big deal. But like try not to touch anything or pull things off displays unless like there's a sign saying it's okay. If you're not sure, just ask. Most of the time, most stuff on display you can pick up and look at, but just make sure in case you pull over their display or something. That would be bad. If you can help it, try not to put like big clunky things on their display, especially if it's say like putting a water bottle on someone's book. That can damage it. That's not good. And again, if you're not sure, just ask. Most people are super polite and cool with stuff. As a final note, just don't be rude or abusive. But I think that goes with like every aspect of life. So you're probably already doing that, being a cool person. I guess just don't like critique someone's work when they're selling it. It's not the time or place. Oh, I've had one bad experience I had was when someone asked for a commission from me, and I was working on it. They came back like 5 times and kept asking for changes or corrections or like coming up with new ideas for me to add in, and I just had to stop them and say like, I'm sorry dude, like I will refund you this, but if you keep coming back I cannot finish this. So yeah, so basically don't do that. Don't come in and micromanage the artist if they're doing a commission. Don't insult their art. Just be nice, you know? Be you. That isn't to say if someone's doing a commission for you and you don't like what they've done, you can mention you're dissatisfied and work something out with them, but be respectful of the artist's time. Now, I think I've made talking to artists sound super scary, but don't be afraid, because it's not just a transaction, because like, when you're at a con, you should be there to have fun and to make friends and to talk about like all the fun, geeky, nerdy stuff, especially with artists, because we're also there to have fun. We are there to sell, like I've said, but we're also there to like meet you and talk to you and have a good time. So just be yourself, just be nice and courteous like you would at like a business, and you'll do fine. You'll make lots of friends. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that like helps with any fears you might have, because you'll probably do fine. If it's like your first convention and you've never been to one, just be chill, be yourself. Alrighty, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or if you'd like to request a video topic, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!